Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fueled by Insanity. My cocoa has been efficiently watered down a little. It's nice. It's now a normal taste rather than like, wow, that's strong. I don't know why I put in that much cocoa, but hey, now it's nice. And it's basically a full cup again. Wow. It's pretty good. How do you all feel about Punish Jeffrey? You know, will he get an eye patch? I'm hoping he gets an eye patch. I'm kind of on that. Should I get an eye patch? Should I just start wearing an eye patch in public? For no reason. See if anyone asks. I know I've mentioned it before on the channel. There was like a 3-month period in high school that I would wear a dress tie. Like a really nice fancy tie. I would wear casual wear, but I just wore a tie. And it was just, I wanted to see how long it took everyone to comment on it. That was the only reason why I did it. And I just remember the reason why I wore it for that long was because my one of my teachers just never commented on it. And so I just kept wearing it. And one day he just like explodes on me and is just like, Josh, what the fuck are you wearing? This teacher would curse, by the way. He would also use racial profanity. what a fun guy. It was just like, what the fuck? This teacher hated me, by the way. And so he just kind of went off on the fact that I was wearing like this tie, and I just kind of like looked at him and was just like, I've been wearing this for 3 months. You didn't notice? And he stared at me and was like, no, you haven't. And the entire class had to say like, he's been wearing like Josh is the idiot who would, yes, he's been wearing this for 3 months. You did not notice. And that just, he felt so embarrassed because he just thought that I was, that was just a 1-day thing. And it's like, no, 3 months. I don't know what that says about me or him, but nothing good, that's for sure. Forgive me for interrupting, but I'd like to make sure I've heard you correctly. What, chinchilla? He's a chinchilla? Oh. The unidentified chinchilla walks into the center of the room, making his presence known. Did you say someone was possessed? Who are you? I am Blake Allen, head of the Paranormal Research Lab. Tracy here is my assistant. Could you give me more details about this possessed friend of yours? Why? That seems a little random. Did he say lab that him and Tracy worked at? Tracy, you're an assistant to a okay. We'll put a pin in that for now. I'll let the game explain to me. Oh, and perhaps you could lose the gun while you're at it. The two begin talking about whatever this curse thing is. I'm not fully paying attention anymore. The other thing on my mind is how or when I'll be allowed to get Colin to the hospital. I don't understand why Darren doesn't just take Colin and the rest of these jokers, like, talk, like, to figure out what to do with Caleb and just call Darren and Colin once they, like, have... Okay. He's losing blood. That can't be good at all. He's never going to be able to use that eye again. It's going to get infected if we wait around like this, isn't it? What even is an infection? How do they work? I always hear people say you should treat wounds so that they don't get infected, but no one ever told me what that means. Yo, facts, same? Yeah. Can he die from that? What's going to happen to you, Colin? Before I can get in my worries for too long, Tracy walks up to me. Hey, do you want to go ahead and take him? Take him? To the hospital. But Ted said Caleb. Let us worry about this. We'll figure things out, I promise. That wound looks really nasty. He needs your help, and I can tell you want to go, too. So, go on. Is this for real? Thanks. I look over at my half-brother. I'm still afraid, but at least now, I don't know. I just need to do everything that I can. That's what Mom would have wanted. That's what I want. It's what I've always done, and it's what I'll always continue to do. You ready to go? Yeah. Sorry I'm like this. I'm just scared. No need to say sorry. We'll just walk him, we'll just, take him by the hand, put him in the passenger seat, secure his seatbelt for him, maybe get a booster seat, make sure he's safe, Oh man, we got there. We're getting places. Okay, when are we gonna get the full eye patch though? When are we gonna do that? Can we put a hat on him? Can we put Jeffrey's iconic hat on him? Like 1 week. That's all it's been. But it certainly doesn't feel like it. Not at all. We're still Darren, I see. Jeffrey went through surgery the day we got there. I felt sick the entire time. I was in the waiting room. I've read online how surgery can go wrong in so many ways. There's people who had their lives ruined from surgeries gone wrong. I even heard about a woman who woke up during surgery and could feel everything, but the anesthetic kept her paralyzed so she couldn't speak. She sued the hospital, but they will never stop. But that will never stop the trauma she faced. What if that happened to Jeffrey? Why am I even thinking of him as Jeffrey still? His name is Colin. I went along with it, but it doesn't feel right avoiding his real name. Is it a bad thing to use my brother's real name? I don't know. Hey, Darren. Is there a chance you could get me some snacks or something? They have a vending machine somewhere, right? This hospital food sucks. I can't even bring myself to eat this pudding. Which sucks, because I like pudding, but I guess hospital food is known for being bad for a reason. Yeah. I don't really have any money with me, though, so you'll have to, buy it for me. Okay. One-word responses. I know I could say more, but I can't think of anything. It's been like that the whole time we've been here. I get up from my seat and head towards the door, only for Colin to say something else again. Oh yeah, before I forget. I love you, and thanks for everything. Why do you make it sound like you're never seeing me again? Colin puts on a smile and raises a hand into the air, much like he used to years ago. Goodbye forever. The vending machine's right outside. I'll only be gone for a few. I'll miss you. It was nice knowing you. And thanks for the food, and also home. What? If I can't see you, then it means you don't exist. That's how it works, right? I shake my head and sigh. He's trying to raise morale, and I know this. Even so, I'm just not feeling it right now. But at the very least, I can say something before I step outside. If I don't, that would make me a jerk. Love you too, Colin. And Colin gives me a goofy smile just before I walk out. I can't tell if if his good mood is because of the painkillers or because he isn't taking medication. Why not both? Either way, I guess it doesn't matter right now. While I wait for Darren to return, I get up from my bed. Okay, we are the eye patch boy. We do it. I get out of my bed to stretch my legs. These hospital beds kind of suck. It doesn't help that there is no comfortable position to lie down in. I can't lie on my side because of the IV in my hand. It's in my right hand, so I don't want to put any weight on it. If I lie down on my left side, I risk moving my hand too far away and ripping it out, or at the very least, I feel like that might happen. I can't lie on my belly because that would mean moving my arm to the opposite side of the IV machine thingy, and the tube doesn't reach that far. The best thing I can do is lie on my back, which unfortunately hurts the base of my tail after a while. I feel like there are totally positions you can do, but okay, Colin. I've never heard anyone else complain about having that issue, so I think it just might be a me thing. I just know that lying down like that puts a bunch of pressure on it, and it doesn't feel good at all. Oh, that looks a little loud. There we go. We'll do that. I can't wait to get out of here and go home again. Go back home. Everything really did change last week, didn't it? I met a new friend and brought him with me to Darren's place. I actually ended up on better terms with Darren. Some of his words and actions still bother me, but he makes it so hard to stay mad at him. It's 'cause he's cute. I ran into my ex at the store, and I learned that I guess I'm not crazy for thinking he was bad for me. I got to spend time with my friends again. It turns out Sheen didn't hate me like I thought he did. I learned that Tracy's actually pretty cool. I was jealous of how close she and Sheen were, and I knew that, but I'm glad I forced myself, yes, to look past that finally. We're just not going to talk about Marshall. I guess I didn't hang out with Marshall, but it is what it is. My dreams got invaded by a Kitsune. I think he was good, maybe. At the very least, he tried to help. He didn't exactly do anything bad, at least. In the end, Keijiru was just kind of useless. I think that's the best way to put it. Actually, that's not completely true. Ted is Keijiru. He hasn't outright said it, but I'm positive of it. That's the only explanation for why Ted showed up in my life, as conveniently as he did. The only reason Keijiru started showing up in my dreams, too. He came to visit yesterday. At least, I think it was yesterday. The days are starting to blur into one another. Yo, that's my entire life. I don't even know what day it is today. I could go check. But why would I do that? Either way, he led Tracy to the cave. Oh, okay. There was something she and her boss needed from there. So is whoever you call, do they just become the assistant to the... Was it a chinchilla? Was he a chinchilla? I don't know. I don't know. It turns out he wasn't the only one who had a solution for Caleb. He also told us about her boss, got caught by a trap while in there. He didn't see it himself. He was in the car. Yes, in the car keeping watch over Caleb. That's what he said anyway. Tracy's boss, I think his name was Blake, didn't make it out. Oh. Okay. According to Tracy, his death was not a quick one, far from it. The traps that had been set there are horrifically cruel. And that's what Ted relayed to us, anyway. He didn't give us more details than that. Even knowing that, I can't bring myself to feel sad about it. I know I should. People dying is bad. And it sounds like his death was horrible, but I didn't know him. It's not that I don't care. I do. I just kinda don't. It's hard to feel anything about people I don't know. I'm pretty sure that makes me a terrible person. From what Ted said, Tracy didn't take it well at all. She was the only one who was with him when it happened. She apparently got whatever it was she needed from the cavern, but she was so broken when she came out. I don't know what was said after that. I was too tired to stay up and listen to the rest of the story. I'm snapping out of my trance by the sound of heavy footsteps entering the room. It's Darren. Back. Got some chocolate. Upon seeing him, my ears perk up. To my embarrassment, my tail wags. Hi. You exist again. I was hoping for some sort of response, but instead he shrugs and hands me the bar of white chocolate. You do exist again, right? Yeah. Ha! I did it! I made you smile! Darren's not been in a great mood the entire time we've been here, so I'll count on it as a win at any time I'm able to make him smile. You're a dork. Of course. Before Darren even catches a glance, gets a chance to sit down, I hear the sound of more footsteps, stopping right in front of our room. I turn to see who it is. Ah, okay. It's Tracy. She's the only person left from my friend group who I haven't seen yet. Tracy, you're here. I thought you were going to take more time for yourself after your boss died. The moment the words leave my lips, Darren stares at me. I don't know why. Did I do something wrong? Seriously. What? I don't get it. You're fine. Sorry, I didn't tell anyone we were coming. It was sort of a last-minute arrangement. But both of us wanted to see how you were doing. Both of you? Yeah. Tracy looks around the room, seemingly confused by something. You okay? Are you looking for something? Rather than answering, Tracy takes a couple steps outside the room and says something that I can't quite make out. A moment later, she comes back in, pushing someone in front of her. Someone who's wearing a change of my clothes. Wait, what? It's only after I move past the initial confusion of his attire that I actually recognize who's in them. Oh, okay. Wait, I said I wasn't ready. Too bad. We're doing this whether you want to or not. I instinctively scream upon seeing him. The last time I saw him, he stabbed my eye. That's such a reasonable response. He's the whole reason I'm in the hospital right now. But he looks more afraid of me than I am of him. And speaking of looks, Caleb, your eyes. Is this real? Please tell me this isn't a dream. Keijiru, are you about to jump out at me? You better believe this is real. He spent all day arguing against coming to see you. I literally had to drag him up here myself. You don't understand. I almost killed... And Tracy punches Caleb's shoulder to stop him from finishing his sentence. Shut up! What the frick? Frick? That's right, Caleb did avoid cursing whenever he could, didn't he? So, it's really you, isn't it? You can't start shouting stuff like that in the hospital. It was enough of a pain keeping you out of jail, so stop trying to get yourself thrown back in. Sorry. How did they convince, like, the prison not to just take him back? Wasn't it a lifetime sentence? At the end of the day, Caleb was still charged with murder, right? Am I just not supposed to think about it? I don't know. Sorry. So, Candle, if you can't tell, I fixed Caleb. He's back to himself again. What did you just call me? For some reason, that's the part of Tracy's sentence that sticks out to me. Oh, right. You stopped using that name. In that case, Jeffrey, Candle's back to normal. I'm back to normal? Again? Whatever, you know what I mean. Whatever, whether it's due to nerves or something else, I end up laughing. You can go back to calling me Colin. Just anything but Candle, please. Candle? I already told you about that story. No, right. Yeah. I noticed that as Caleb talks, he keeps his attention on Tracy. I think he's avoiding making eye contact with me on purpose. Okay, I think I'll end the part here. So I will see you around, everyone.